Hi, welcome to the Closet Philosophy Podcast. This is Jennine. I'm a personal stylist.
And this is Kristen. I'm a fashion writer, and we're here to uncover the ways that your personal style is so much more than just clothes.
Whether you realize it or not, what you wear touches on science, psychology, culture, politics, and so much more. Hey, Kristen.
Hey, Jennine. How are you?
Good. Another episode where we're together in real life.
Here we are.
So part of the reason why we're here in person is because my house has no furniture.
Right.
Yeah.
And why does your house have no furniture?
Because we just moved into it.
Right.
So we moved into, we got a house, we finally bought a house, and it needs to be remodeled. And so we got rid of all of our furniture, our old furniture. And
Oh, so you did. You got rid of all of your old furniture.
all of my old furniture.
Oh my God. So you
we
really
just
don't have any furniture.
A mattress, a table, and a couple of benches. And then I also have my desk and a chair. So, but we don't have a sofa or
Oh my
anything. So like
God.
everything like echoes in there. So,
Yeah. Oh
so.
my God. Wow. That you really committed by getting rid of everything. Wow.
Everything. I know.
And didn't you say you don't even have a refrigerator right now?
No, we don't even have a refrigerator. So it's like,
But you're out of the old house. That's it.
That's it. Yeah.
Wow.
It's gone. Yeah. So, and this does have to do with style because we were talking about it. And before, I lived in the Mission District of San Francisco, and it's very urban, eclectic neighborhood. It's very much the inner city. There's just a lot of different classes of people and just a lot of things going on. And it's just like you're constantly on the streets walking and
and tons of people. Yeah, that you're the place where you lived was very busy,
Very
super
busy.
busy, and you were right near 24th Street, where all the restaurants,
So
bars, shops, everything.
it was wild, and then we moved to the Sunset District, which is completely sleepy, quiet,
Near the beach, near the park.
near the beach, and I feel like, oh my God, how is my style going to change? Because now I'm going to the park every day, walking to the beach, walking along the beach, doing all of these things, and it's like, wow, okay, so do my city clothes even make sense here?
Yeah, isn't it weird also that it's still San Francisco, but
Yeah.
it's a different world.
It's a whole different world.
That's the beauty of San Francisco,
yeah.
and one of the reasons I miss it. It's a really unique, amazing city.
Yeah.
But I'm thinking one of the things that maybe already changed is your shoes, because you're going to be walking so much. So maybe I wonder if you'll focus more on getting shoes that are really walkable but also cute.
Oh, it's shoes that can get dirty.
And sandy.
Yeah. So it's because the other I was walking a lot in the Mission too, but I was in the city, so I could wear those cool sneakers that don't get dirty, or like loafers and things like that. But you can't really walk on dirt paths and loafers. So I feel like my style is definitely. Didn't your friend Marie get a pair of Birkenstocks?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So she was like, I think I need Birkenstocks, but they can't be Birkenstocks. She got ones, if I remember correctly, that have gold studs on them. So she was okay with those because they were black with gold studs, and she's the big black and gold kind of girl.
She's
So
definitely a gold girl.
Yeah. So hi Marie. So she found a pair of shoes that she could wear to the beach that she felt were her, and that she wasn't changing her whole personality to be comfortable.
Yeah. So, I mean, and that's the thing. It's maybe my pants are going to be cropped because I'm going to be walking on the beach with maybe don't want to have sand and ocean on my clothes. And so all of these kind of weird things, but here's the thing is that a lot of people don't really take into consideration with their style is their life. And they think about they go straight to the Pinterest board and they pin all of these outfits that they love, which is great. They're all gorgeous, beautiful outfits, but they don't really make sense in the life that they're living.
How are they going to work in their life? Yes.
How are they going to work in their life?
Yeah.
And so that's what today's episode is about, is like cultivating a functional wardrobe that is both stylish and functional, and it works in your life. Because I think that that is one of the things that is kind of gone awry with personal style these days, is that it's no longer connected to your life.
Yeah, that is such a good point.
People have these aesthetics like quiet luxury, mob wife, like, and all of these things, and they're not really tied to like an activity that you're actually doing.
Yeah, like, are you in a mob?
Are you in a mob? I was actually thinking this on my drive up, because I'm working on some videos. I remember there's this influencer, and she's got like hundreds of thousands of followers on Instagram. She's been an influencer for a long time, even before IG, and she's always like so dressed up in her pictures, and she just looks so like beautiful and all of that kind of stuff. And then she told me that like as soon as she takes the photo, she goes home and she gets into sweats.
Oh my God. Well, that's what you almost imagine a lot of influencers doing, because it does look so put on. It looks so performative, kind of, you know?
Yeah.
So, but I don't know. I like having a wardrobe that is more functional and more in tune with my life. Like when I moved up here to Santa Rosa, which is like an hour north of San Francisco, we got, it was a little bit of more of a suburban life here, and we joined the Flamingo, and it's a club. It's like a hotel, but it's also a club that you can join with a pool.
Oh.
I mean, the main reason we joined it was for the pool. Initially.
Nice. Yeah.
It has this really cool, beautiful pool. And I was like, well, obviously I need more caftans in my life.
Yeah,
because
of course. I mean, do you need an excuse? Like,
I know.
This is like...
I know, but that really worked for me, because I was like, I just want to be able to throw something on that I can, work from home during the day, and then at like 4 or 5, if I want to go to the pool, I can go to the pool.
Yeah.
And I really embraced that.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow. I love that. And this is the thing. You tied an activity to your style.
Yeah,
and so then it like functioned in your style.
Yeah.
And so, and like these are the kinds of things like we're thinking about, like put it into context of like maybe style icons, people like Georgia O'Keeffe, who was like an artist in the desert. And what is she most known for?
Like her beautiful hat. Yeah, what's that style of hat? I can't remember.
Yeah.
We took a family trip almost exactly a year ago to Santa Fe. We went to the Georgia O'Keeffe Museum, and they had some of her clothes there. Yeah, she wore a lot of dresses, actually, but obviously functionally comfortable dresses that had pockets, and a lot of them had like belts, and that hat that has like the very straight brim and a flat top, and I can't remember the name of the hat, but they actually had one of her hats as a display.
Oh,
yeah, because it was
so cool.
iconic for her, but also functional because she spent a lot of time outside and it shaded her eyes.
Yeah.
So yeah, and I thought it was really cool that they had clothing as part of the display. It wasn't just her art.
Yeah, I mean, because I think that kind of goes in part of her image. Like that was also part of her art, was her personal style, because it was so defined and so clear. And and I think that in order to have clear style, there almost has to be a reason for it.
Yeah.
And so and also Princess Anne, King Charles's sister, she is an icon. Like she is like into horses, and so when she puts on her Barbour jacket and her little riding pants and her riding boots and all of that kind of stuff, it looks authentic, because like she's actually riding horses.
Because it is authentic. There's a reason. There's a reason. Yeah.
And she's not just doing it for like that look.
Yeah, because equestrian is trending.
Yeah, I think in the 90s we used to call that posers, people who
totally.
And so, I mean, I don't like to think about it in that regard, because I feel like it's a little bit snobby, but like I do think that there is some kind of truth to it.
Yeah, and I think the more important part of it is how it makes you feel. Like if you're trying to like play a role, but it's not authentic to you, you aren't going to be, like our previous entire episode was about, you're not going to feel comfortable in your own skin if you're it's gonna maybe feel a bit more like a costume.
Yeah.
I would feel if I was walking around in like riding boots and a whatever that jacket was that you just said, the
Yeah,
barber
barber
jacket, like I
yeah.
would feel like very inauthentic because like,
Yeah.
why am I wearing this?
Exactly, exactly. You know, and then also like if you're like living in like different cities, like have different style. You know, like moving from like Pacifica to Santa Rosa is probably not that big of a difference. But like if you say like you live in New York City and you move to San Francisco, that's like a whole different vibe. And
Yeah.
so it's like your style will change because for one, the weather, the climate is completely different. You probably have to wear layers. Like a lot of times people ask me like, oh, can you dress for like extreme heat? And I'm like, I literally can't.
I like don't know how to do
I
that.
don't know how to do
I
that.
still am getting used to it up here because it does
Yeah.
get in the 90s in the summer up here.
Oh.
And I'm just like, I don't want to go outside.
Yeah,
I don't know what to do.
yeah, it's just like that's the thing, and I feel for people, but like at the same time, it's like I very rarely am in extreme heat,
Yeah.
and so my style is very around like layers because like where I live, that makes sense, like, because you
Yes.
have to wear layers or else you will freeze, or you will melt. It
Yeah.
just depends on whether or not the fog's there.
Yeah.
So and also just like this whole idea of like we're constantly being fed like these images that even the people who are wearing the clothes in the images, they're not even wearing it for their lives,
Right. Right.
so it's just
Right.
like kind of a very funny thing. Like, so if your inspiration is coming from somebody who's like not even living that life.
Yeah, yeah, and it's interesting how much place can have to do with that too. Like we were also talking about Joan Didion. Like
Yeah.
she's so iconic, and she was the ultimate sort of chic, casual California writer. Like her every picture you see of her in an outfit, that's she's like embodying that look,
Yeah.
and it wasn't like contrived, it was her.
Yeah.
And she always wore the big black sunglasses because I think she sort of wanted to be a little bit in the back, like incognito, like a writer kind of wants to be an observer, not like the center of attention.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I mean she was an LA person. Yeah, and the other thing that I was thinking of when you were speaking was you went to Mexico City like last year,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
And when I went to Mexico City, I guess the previous year, I was thinking Mexico, like bright colors, and I packed all these like bright colors, and then I got to Mexico City and like everyone was wearing black. Did you notice that?
Yeah.
Like
yeah.
I felt like everyone was wearing black, like it was almost like I almost felt like New York or something like that, and I was like, oh, this is not
is
what I
really
expected.
different,
But it's
yeah.
the city
Yeah.
versus like what I was thinking of Mexico at the
Like
beach.
Tulum or
like,
something.
yeah, like totally different.
Yeah. And so, and like in Mexico, like it makes sense to wear all those bright colors, like in the beach areas, because like that's part of the culture. And
Yeah.
so, or every time I go to Hawaii, like I feel like really weird wearing like clothes like that I am totally comfortable in, like in San Francisco,
In your normal life, yeah.
because it's like, first of all, it's way too hot, and
Yeah.
second of all, like the culture there is like it's way more casual, and
Yeah.
so like even something like, oh my god, can we be girls here? So I had
This is the place.
not even before I was married. There was this guy that I don't even want to say dated, but like he was a surfer guy that I met in Hawaii, and then we had a fling in Hawaii, and then he came to visit me in San Francisco. So
out of context.
out of context, and it was so weird because in Hawaii, like he was just like this hunky surfer guy, but then when he came to San Francisco and dropped into San Francisco, it was almost like Crocodile Dundee. Like it was like
like he was like wearing a movie set costume. Like,
yeah, he had his like tank top and his flip flops and his board shorts,
and you were like, what is happening?
And I was like, "Did you have shoes?" And he's like, "No, like
are
I
these
just have
not shoes?
These are my fancy flip flops. What are you talking about?"
That is so funny.
So I mean,
so were you all of a sudden just like, what am I thinking? Or
Well, I was like, what am I thinking the whole time? But
Yeah.
like, but yeah. So I mean, but he dressed for the life that he was living, and
Right.
so and it
Right.
was
He was
very
like,
authentic
what?
to him. Yeah, yeah. And so, but this is the thing that I get is like people say like, oh well, I don't have that glamorous a life, or I don't like do that much stuff, and I'm like, girl, like same here. Like I don't do all of that, but I do think that there is room for style in a quiet life.
In everybody's life.
In everybody's
Yeah,
life.
absolutely.
Yeah. And
Well, I mean, quiet luxury is like a thing, even
Yeah.
though I know that's a totally different thing and that's a little bit controversial. But yeah, if you're living a quiet life, you still have personal style. I live a quiet life.
Yeah.
I totally live a quiet life.
yeah, I mean, and that's like the thing. It's like you can be comfortable and appropriate and like still suited for like the things that you do and still stylish because it's because like every activity like has certain language, has certain visual language, it has certain places, certain times, certain things. They all kind of come together in some like really interesting things. Like even if you're like a farmer, like having like a really cool pair of jeans and like a plaid button down thing,
Or
just
like a work coat. I mean, the work coat basically
I'm wearing a
comes
chore
from you are
jacket.
wearing
Yeah,
chore jacket.
I'm
Yeah.
wearing a chore jacket. I'm wearing a farmer's jacket, and like I feel like I mean for me like I feel really authentic when I'm wearing denim because I love denim.
Yeah.
But like yeah, so this is a thing that you can start to think about like what is like the cool visual language of the life that I'm living.
Yeah.
And like think about it in a cool way because like I guarantee you like somebody thinks you have a cool life. Like I guarantee there's somebody out there like because I feel like I don't have a cool life, but I don't know. Maybe
But you do.
Do I?
You live in San Francisco and you just
Yeah.
bought a really cool house.
Yeah,
and
it's a really cool house.
You're a stylist and
Yeah, I know. I do have a cool life. What am I talking about? But you know, but when you're in it, you probably don't see it. But from the outside, probably other people do see it. So,
yeah. I have a question for you as a stylist, and sorry, this is maybe a little bit off topic, but not totally. So you dress for your life, and you develop this wardrobe that works for your life. How do you recommend people approach special events? Like, you know, like you build this wardrobe around like how you're living, but then these things come up like a wedding and the trap that I used to always fall into was like, oh my God, I have to buy something new right now and it's going to be like really expensive and then I'll never wear it again and I end up being uncomfortable, you know? So like, do you recommend that people have things in their wardrobe already that they can wear to a special event or yeah
like I have this sequin tank top that I really like and I have it as like a thing that I can wear to an event like,
right, you can layer it or you can just wear it on its own if it's
I could wear it with jeans or I could wear it with like a really pretty skirt or you know depending on how it is like you know you can have like these pieces that you can work into your life and you know if you're going to a gala or do you say gala or gala?
I think it's either. I say gala. I think I default to gala, but I like gala too.
Gala. Yeah. So anyways, but like, you know, if you have that kind of life, you know, of course you're probably going to have to buy like certain things for it. But at the same time, it's like, that is your life. So it is authentic, you know? So like if you have like a certain set of your wardrobe that, you know, you do go to weddings or you do go to things like quite often, like you might want to have that as part of your wardrobe, like things that can do double duty or like maybe just like have like one thing that can be styled with a lot of other things like the sequin tank top. You know, so
I love that idea of having things in your wardrobe that can do double duty. So you're not just, you don't just have this segmented wardrobe where like, oh, these are my fancy things that I like hardly ever wear. And then this is all the stuff that I actually wear. Like I think that's a great way of looking at it. So then you're not like, oh shit, I have an event. I have to buy something like I used to always do.
I just had this thought and it's like, you know, if you think that you don't have a life to dress up for, think about how people would have dressed if they had your life like 30, 40, 50 years ago.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah. So like what if like if you're at home all the time, I think about my grandmother when she was at home all the time and I would say she worked from home. She was a housewife.
Yeah.
But she got dressed every single day. She wore
Totally.
trousers. She wore like little heels, and she put her makeup on. She did her hair every single day, and so
So
it's
did
like,
my grandmother. I think
yeah,
everyone did back
yeah,
in those days, pretty much, right?
yeah,
And she had her hair done at the hairdresser like I think every week or something like that. She
yeah,
went and had it set and
yeah,
done and everything. And that was just, that's an interesting way of thinking about it,
yeah.
because even though housewives were considered, it wasn't really considered a job,
But it totally is a
it,
job.
it is and was. And the
Yeah.
interesting thing is that like the women back then were dressing for it. They were like, I'm doing stuff and I'm
Yeah.
getting dressed for it. They didn't need
Yeah.
anybody's permission for that part of it.
Or getting dressed to like leave the house, or like what did they do? And like you don't have to dress like they did, but like what were the types
Yeah.
of things that they wore? Like they wore like skirts, or they wore pants, or they wore like a certain level of formality or casualness, or
Or just at
what
least
have you.
presentable.
Presentable.
Like not.
Yeah. And so,
Yeah.
and then, you can start to think about there and kind of branch out. And so, I mean, like, I obviously don't wear formal clothes like at home. But I do actually have like wool trousers that I wear in the winter time. And in the summertime, I have cotton trousers, and I have my jeans and things like that. And so, and I have my button downs, and that is, it's comfortable. Like I don't feel uncomfortable like when I'm working, and I feel like they are good workwear pieces. And
Yeah.
so,
I'm always impressed with your ability to put together separates,
No.
because like I've said a million times, I'm like a one and done more type of person. So I'm always
Yeah.
just throwing on one thing, but I aspire to do that a little bit more.
Oh yeah, I'm a separates person. I
Yeah.
love separates, and so, but if you have any questions for us, you could always send us an email at hey@closetphilosophy.net. And yeah, I mean, but give your life, like, honor your life.
Yeah.
Just like, because
That's such a
like,
good way to put it. Honor your life with clothes that work for it.
yeah, that work for it. And then you'll be amazed like how different your style is when you start to think like, what is the life that I'm living, and how do I dress for the life that I live? And also, like, another thing to say, like, I always think about like, would I be embarrassed if somebody ran into me on the street, like, in what I'm wearing? And so
I think about that a lot too.
Yeah.
Yeah, because now that I teach Pilates, I do run into clients from the gym sometimes, and I always worry, like when I just wear my sweats or whatever and I also kind of want to present as like, I have this one life teaching Pilates where obviously I'm wearing like leggings and workout clothes, but when I'm out in the world, I want to wear like other, like clothes, not stretchy pants and
Yeah. Yeah. And so, and it's not necessarily, and I've said this in a newsletter, it's not necessarily about like, what do other people think?
Yeah.
It's more about like, what do you want to say about yourself?
Yes.
And like, it's a subtle, but it's a huge difference in the way that you approach it. Because like, what do you want to say about yourself? What do you want to say? Just think about like, when you speak to other people, you're not saying things that they want to hear. You're not saying, I mean,
Yeah.
some people do.
Yeah.
But like, but you're probably saying the things that you want to say, right?
Yeah, you're
And
communicating what you want to communicate.
same exact
Yeah.
thing with your style. It's like, you're not dressing for other people what they want. You're saying the things that you want to say with your style. And you want to say the things that you want to say about yourself. And so, yeah.
Yeah, I love that.
Yeah.
Thanks, Jennine. That was very enlightening.
Oh,
Thank you.
all right. Very cool. All right. Well, thank you so much. And until next week.
Yeah, see you next
All
time.
right. Thank you. Bye.